The Showbiz Countdown takes on Rihanna's top 3 most shocking revelations to Oprah. Rihanna's emotional confessions on Oprah's Next Chapter last night have sparked a firestorm of controversy tonight. And at the center of this hot debate, Rihanna's deeply personal revelations about her ex Chris Brown and the incident that, quite frankly, many people just cannot shake out of their heads that night 3 years ago when Brown brutally beat Rihanna. Number 3 on this Showbiz Countdown, Rihanna's revelation that she actually felt protective of Chris right after the attack. Let's watch.
It became a circus, and I felt protective. Like, I felt like the only person they hate right now is him. It was a weird, confusing space to be in. Because as angry as I was, as angry and hurt and betrayed, I just felt like he made that mistake because he needed help, and like, who's gonna help him?
Wow. Let me bring in celebrity publicist MARVET BRITTO of the BRITTO agency. She's with me in New York. And with me from Hollywood tonight, actor and comedian Bill Bellamy. Bill's going to be performing at the San Jose Improv this Thursday through Sunday. And Billy, let me start with you here, because Rihanna really set the record straight in a way we have not seen before. Did it surprise you at all that she opened up the way she did about Chris Brown?
Well, I think, yeah. I mean, I was waiting for that interview for a long time because we always wondered and speculated at exactly how she felt about it personally. And I think Oprah really nailed it with, you know, her just sitting there feeling comfortable and talking about the relationship. I mean, it's still stuff that people don't know, you know. But I'm happy that she was able to recover from it, and Chris is recovering, and they're so young. I hope that it will eventually be something that's in their past, not dictating their future.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I really did get the impression watching this, MARVET, that she really needed to get it out there and to say all these things. Yeah. But do you at all understand how she could feel so protective of Chris Brown the way she did right after the attack? That kind of shocked me.
Absolutely. Women are very motherly, and this is a man clearly that she was in love with. That interview was a love letter to Chris Brown, and Oprah, being the oracle of media that she is, really comforted Rihanna and created a nurturing atmosphere, and she poured out her soul. It was the most truthful, genuine interview I have ever seen a celebrity do, and she won a lot of fans. Yeah. And the road to redemption clearly paved for both of them.
Well, I think she won some fans back for Chris Brown, maybe. I don't know if that was her motivation, but we know that Brown lost a lot of supporters after he abused Rihanna. A lot of fans just, you know, turned their back on him right away. But that may change after this next confession as well from Rihanna. And this takes us to number 2 on our countdown. She says that in her eyes, all has been forgiven. Let's watch this together.
I thought I hated Chris, and I realized it was love that was tarnished. It looked like hate because it was ugly, it was angry, it was inflamed, it was tainted. And I realized that what it was is I had to forgive him because I cared about him still. And the minute I let go of that, like, I started living again.
Wow, you heard it. She's over it. She forgives Chris. Most people will tell you, though, they don't get that. Bill, do we need to just give Rihanna props for taking the high road and follow her lead, or can you understand? Well, you know, some people might be sitting back and kind of shaking their heads at her.
You know, you can't worry about other people in this case. You have to really personalize it. I mean, look at what she's been through. She's a mega star. It was a traumatic situation, and she had to find somewhere personally to be able to keep it moving, you know, and I'm sure Chris had to do the same. I mean, honestly, to be that young and that famous and have such a tragic incident happen, I mean, they probably didn't know they were that big at the time either. Yeah. You know, can you imagine being that young and that famous and something bad happens? I mean, oh my goodness. I would go out to say that they're still in love. I would go out to say that they probably still love each other, and there's so many people out here that still love people that they shouldn't love. Yeah. I mean, that's just how life is.
And to that point, you know, Oprah did go on to ask Rihanna if she's moved on with her life or if there still is a place for Chris, and this takes us to number 1 on our countdown.
What happens when you see him?
It's awkward. It's awkward because I still love him, you know.
Does your heart do this? Does your heart do that whoosh thing?
My stomach drops.
Yeah.
Yes, and I have to maintain this poker face. And
You know, Marvette, I hear that and I wonder, could this be Rihanna's way of preparing the public for what may be to come, maybe a more public relationship that she has with Chris?
Absolutely. It was a crafty interview in that way. She stated, when Oprah asked her the question, he's in a relationship, which was the only reason she didn't say, we're back together.